I think 5, 6 years ago, I never, ever imagined in my wildest dreams I would actually own a shredder, like why? And then to tell you, stand up here right now and tell you, I have 2 shredders because I think they're that important is a crazy thing. Embassy makes 1 in every 4 shredders sold out there. Their quality is exceptional, and when you go to buy a shredder, I will tell you, quality matters. There's a lot of them out there. You can spend a lot less, and let me tell you, you will just keep buying them over and over because they don't last. This one is amazing because, number 1, it really is good looking, right? Okay, start with the style, sorry, but I'm starting with the style. And then you're gonna get into the functionality. Each one of these has a drawer, okay? So you don't have to take that big thing off the top and try and empty it and make the mess. You just empty out the drawer. We're actually gonna give you a whole bunch, I think a dozen of your drawer liners. So it's gonna be super easy for you to be able to empty it out. And then simple, easy, but this is the magic of this particular model. Auto shredding now. In the past, we had to stand there, you had to feed it in 1 by 1 by 1, or maybe 5 sheets at a time. This will do, I think it will do maybe 9 sheets at a time. But what the important part is, you can just now let it feed itself. Auto shredding changes everything. We put this on sale. It is the lowest price that we have ever done on our shredder, $129.99, 5 flex payments. We'll even ship it to you absolutely free. We have it available, pretty navy blue. The blue is available. This is gonna be your black. We have it in the gold, also available in the white. Silver is up here. And then, you guys love that red when it comes to your shredders. Bill Duggan is joining us. Bill, when it comes to shredders, like I said, oh, you're here.
How are you? Let's shred.
You surprised me.
I'm too excited. I want to start shredding.
Nobody told me you were in studio today. Okay, I'm gonna hug you.
How are you?
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
So, when it comes to shredders, and you know, like I said, I never imagined I'd own a shredder. Now I have 2. Part of it is, yes, the security is so important. You need to empower yourself. You have got to shred. But I think even more than that, I love getting rid of the clutter.
It really checks all the boxes for us. And you mentioned that functionality. Yes, it has a 9-sheet capacity right there in the front, but this door in the back, that auto shred tray, because you know, it's been summertime. I have not been as diligent as I should be in the home office and cleaning up stuff, and that stack of papers has grown. Whether it's 30 sheets, whether it's 20, I mean, but up to 100 sheets that have been in a drawer on my desk. I open up this door and I can take the entire stack, half, whatever I want, and this is where you have fun with shredding again. It's gonna automatically do the shredding. So Alice, we can go back and start having a cup of coffee. Go start working on our alien tape projects. We're not a slave to the shredder. So as this is engaged, guess what? I don't have to just sit here and wait for it to go through 100 sheets. I can be shredding in the front at the exact same time. So this is that functionality in terms of a lot of power and performance. So you have 2 drawers, the 9-sheet in the front, the auto shred in the back. Also, you have that nice peekaboo window so you can see when it gets filled up, but you also see it happen. You're gonna see page 6 get pulverized. All of our units sit on casters, which is great because I can easily wheel it around or tuck it away if I'd like to. But these finishes are important because this is where Embassy does us one better. They make them look good. So if it looks good, you're gonna leave it out because the more you shred, the less likely identity theft is gonna happen to you. Because it's actually 1 in 7 of us fall victims to being an identity theft victim. And for most of us, we don't realize it until it's too late. Until we finally sit down and try to refinance or get, you know, a better car payment, and they're like, you don't qualify. So just by having this in your home, you're gonna be able to take care of all that stuff immediately, and that's where it's gonna feel good, because you're managing the clutter, because we've all have that clutter, but more importantly, we're getting rid of it in a safe way. A way that the federal government even tells us we need to get rid of our documents, because that's what we don't think about. The need for controlling and protecting our identity, it's out there, because it is 1 in 7 of us. And that's why Embassy is such a huge customer pick here at HSN, because it has one job, comes fully assembled, you get it home, you plug it in. So this is what the federal government tells us. There's many steps you can take to reduce the risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, guard your social security number and, you know, shred charge receipts, shred credit applications, and other sensitive documents. Alice, that other, it's gonna be different for you, for your daughter, different for me, different for every household, every coworker. Because you know, I got my paycheck stubs, I got my insurance claim form, got
You know what?
investments.
Healthcare stuff.
Right?
I always, and things like hotel keys.
Yes.
Boarding passes. I
Exactly.
mean, you can't believe how much information is embedded in some of these things.
Barcodes.
Barcodes, it's crazy. Get rid of all of it. It feels good to get rid of the clutter, number one. And number two, it is so important for you to do this. But I think once you get into that habit, then it's one of those habits that almost becomes an obsession, am I right? Almost like an obsession. It's like, oh yeah, I got the mail. Oh, where's my shredder? And that's why I have two, because I check the mail right by my bed pretty much every day. So I have one in my bedroom, and then I have one in my home office.
Right.
But this one is the one you want, because in the past, shredding was a little bit of a hassle in that you had to come start feeding it, and I don't know about you, I get a whole bunch of mail. It's stupid, you know, all that junk mail. Now, I can just pop a whole bunch of it right here and walk away. That's the beauty of AutoShred. But when you get those little wonky envelopes that, you know, you can't really put into the AutoShred, then you can feed them in the front at the same time. This thing is powerful. This thing is absolutely tiny in terms of some of the shredders we have offered in the past. This is one of the smallest profiles I have ever seen. But at the same time, the capacity is going to be absolutely the same. Let me go through the colors, because we're already starting to get limited with some of these. This is the lowest price we have done on this shredder, okay? And frankly, it has been hard for us to get shredders in stock. So when we have them, make sure you don't miss out on them. And these are something, it will become part of your everyday routine. We have red. If you want it in that silver gray, which is absolutely sleek and chic and beautiful, that one also limited. Did you say that, Rob? Oh, silver gray is selling the fastest right now. We have it in the white, and then we also have it in the gold, but in the gold, we have the final 150 now in that gold, and then black also available along with that navy blue. So a color of your choice to fit with your home decor. Most importantly, it is about fitting with your home security. Secure yourself, empower yourself, and do it with something that, I mean, frankly, the auto shredders used to be like a little pricey.
Yeah.
You know, with our 5 flex payments, $26, we ship it to you absolutely free of charge. So don't miss out on this today.
And you're just gonna love it. I'd love to show you again this design, because the AutoShred is great. The footprint does matter. I have a really small home office, so the fact that this stands narrow is great. The fact that the casters are already on it, that's nice too. The bin itself is about 3.5 gallons, so it's gonna hold a lot. I switched it out to a clear bin, so you can see a few different things. One, I want you to see how much this drawer will hold, but I also want you to see the difference in shredding. So it holds a lot. This is clear for demonstration purposes. Yours will be blue. But if you're still shredding with something like this is 50-year-old technology. You're getting a microcut shred. What is that? It's a smaller shred. 30 shreds per page, 50 years old. We've had to move on because we're protecting ourselves. With microcut, it's thousands of shreds per page. That's where you're gonna benefit from it. And you know what, I gotta go get the mail. I'm gonna let the shredding keep going, because that's what happens. I don't have to sit in the office all day. I don't have to catch up. And as you were talking about, this is what I do, Alice. I use it every day. Oh, don't need this, don't need that. Came back from vacation, and you know, I went through the stack of mail. I'm like, okay, this I need to keep, this I don't. I took all those envelopes while I was trying to clear the clutter, loaded it up in that auto tray.
Yeah.
I went back to starting the laundry and unpacking the bags. We all have better things to do than shred, and that's why for a lot of us, we haven't been shredding. And when you cut those corners, guess what? That's when it's gonna happen to you. So whether it's the medical forms, whether it's the insurance claims.
Look at the staples.
I'm not removing the staples, I'm adding the staples.
Okay, I have to tell my tiny little story,
Go for it.
which is when I first bought a shredder, which was years ago. And so I got it home, and then I started reading the instructions, like, cannot put a staple through the machine. Once you hear that, then you realize that almost everything that you get in the mail has a staple in it. It would take me an hour just to try and get anything shredded. It was so ridiculous. Then most of the others would overheat so fast. You shred a couple of things, oh, it's stopping because it's overheated. Then you're sitting there for an hour waiting for it to cool down. These things work. I don't even know that my Embassy has ever overheated on me and had to shut itself off. You can shred so much, you can shred so fast, you can shred so small and tiny, it works. Okay, so here's the thing. Red available, Again, the silver gray selling very quickly. White is available. That gold, very limited now. I think we have just about maybe a little over 100 of those to go around. The black and the blue are now selling the fastest.
Nice.
The navy is actually the best seller. These are really good looking pieces for your home. I don't think anybody looks at it and goes, you know, ooh, hot shredder, but it's a really stylish piece for something that frankly is very, very functional in your home.
And the need. I mean, that's why the government tells us we need to shred. That's why we need to shred at the office. I used to take all my stuff to the office because they had a better shredder. That's not safe. But guess what? Now I can have the better shredder. And you know what? With a lot of us working from home, it's a perfect time to upgrade because, you know, I have a lot of HSN stuff floating around and I don't want it to be that weak link. I can shred it. I'm managing the clutter. I'm protecting my identity. And what you're gonna notice here is look at how much this can hold. One, it's a nice capacity bin. But two, it is a smaller shred. And I love to just show you the different shred types. Because think about it, if you have that shredder that is strip cut, one, you can read information on here, which is not safe. So a lot of us went to cross-cutting, smaller and better, but you're getting microcut. It is confetti, which is just much more protection at the end of the day. So what you notice, 30 shreds per page, that's been there, done that, right? Then we upgraded to cross-cut, but what I really want you to notice, the gears are gonna get bigger, the teeth are gonna multiply. It puts some weight on this device. It's about a 16-pound device. That's why the fact that the wheels are included, the fact you just have to, Alice, you get it home and it ships for free still, which is awesome. Get it home, plug it in, and start shredding.
And start doing it.
And the next thing you know is like, what else can I shred? Because it does feel good. And what else? Here's an old credit card. Guess what? Goes through that. Recycle the cardboard of the box, but don't recycle that identity. And check this out, auto shredding in the back, that cardboard, that is thick.
Cardboard, and especially as we come into holiday season, you get a lot of boxes and everything. You need to even shred that crazy label on the box. I mean, it's so many different ways, but even just getting rid of that, it just reduces the clutter in your home. This is the way to do it and the day to do it and the way to do it because it has the auto feeder. That's what is the game changer. Before, I know, I did it, I sat there, I fed it. It was, you know, it's still important, you had to do it, but now we don't have to do it anymore. I can just let it feed itself, walk away from it, it's going to do this, and it's gonna do it for a while because when you reduce it to that microcut, it really allows you to shred for a while without having to empty that basket. I'll tell you, we are gonna give you a waste basket liner. I recommend you buy some more. I actually love those things, they're just so simple. And you don't have to even use one if you don't want to. Just empty the bin. I mean, any way you want to do it. This really is very convenient. But the other thing is we're also going to give you 6 of your lubricant sheets. 12. Oh, are we giving you 12?
We've doubled that offer. Normally it's 6. We've given you 12, which is great and convenient. And that's what's it. This little envelope has a nice bit of oil inside it. So instead of having to drip oil in and make a mess, I just take this envelope and I let it drip right in here. And everyone uses it a little differently. So like, I'll let that oil drip in till next weekend when I shred again. And then when I go back to shredding, it's like getting an oil change for your car if you know you're taking a nice road trip, because that's where you're gonna notice. This is gonna last you. Alice, I think it was you who used to say every tax season a shredder was a needed purchase, or you know, thought they were disposable. That's because you weren't getting quality. That's because you weren't getting something that you're gonna use all the time. So we've gone through 80 sheets. I got about 100 more. Do you want me to get you a cup of coffee? Do you want cream, sugar? I mean, this is what's nice. It's Saturday morning. I don't want to be in the office all day long, shredding and forgetting. And you know what's actually nice too? Have you ever been there where you're purging and you're like, okay, shred these documents, and then you're finding more stuff? I don't have to wait. I can keep going, and it does feel great.
And I do. I just shove it all in there. I don't like to take too much time with it, but I'll tell you one thing, if you've ever actually taken and bagged your stuff and gone to the store and one of those office places and let them shred it, yikes. You will get this that fast because it's silly expensive for them just to shred my papers. It's really pricey. I couldn't believe what they charged me for it. You know, I would have taken it back, but it was a big bag.
I went to my mom's house and was helping her clean out, and we're like, you know, I'll go see how much it costs to do it at the store or the bank or whatever. Not only did it cost a lot, I had to leave it there, and they were like, we'll shred on Wednesday. I'm like, So my stuff's just gonna sit behind the counter for 3 days. This turned off automatically because guess what? It knew the bin was full.
I love that other
Genius
part.
design, right?
Right.
And you talked about the holiday season. Shred that cardboard. Here's some packing material.
I know.
And who needs the bubble wrap anymore when you can just throw this in the package and protect your stuff? But you see how small that microcut is. Which is number 88? Which one's a tax document or medical record? You cannot identify it. So that's really nice peace of mind. I love the fact that Embassy gives us colors. One big thing, this is our only show of the entire weekend, and it's taken us months to get an auto shredder back from Embassy. So you're upgrading at the right time.
This also happens to be our lowest price on this auto shred from Embassy. This is the Elite version. 100 sheets will feed itself in at a time, and then you just put another 100 in and it'll keep going. You can also shred in the front. It can do your staples, you can do your credit cards, you can do your airline documents, all of that. And I love that it can do cardboard. A lot of them can't handle cardboard. Just love the way that Embassy does the shredders. Okay, again, red, silver, gray, white. If you want the gold can sell out this presentation. Now we're getting very limited now, fewer than 100 remaining. Black, and then that blue also still very popular, so don't miss out. Well, thanks for sneaking up on me.
Hey, it's always fun with you and Callie in the morning. Yeah.
We'll come back next week. We'll be here.
I probably will.
Okay,
Actually, I will
chance.
be.
Okay, good. And by the way, just want to remind you that this is a lot of opportunities in terms of our weekly deal drops. So if you haven't seen these yet, oh my God, we are doing some amazing weekly deal drops, including, I offered this yesterday, woo-hoo,